Hey y'all, welcome back to Backroads and Barking Dogs. Today we're talking about storms. Not just rainstorms, but the kind that makes the sky go quiet. The air feel heavy and everybody suddenly starts paying attention. And growing up, there was one sound that always made us listen a little closer. A train whistle in the black of night. Because Big Daddy always said, when you heard a train late at night during a storm, there was probably a tornado somewhere nearby. Storms in a small town were never just weather. You could feel them coming long before the rain arrived. The sky turning that strange greenish gray, the wind going still, birds disappearing, and adults suddenly watching the sky instead of whatever they had been doing before. Mama didn't take storms lightly. When mornings came, she'd gather us kids into the hallway, the safest place in the house, and lay a mattress over us. We'd sit there close together, listening to thunder shake the walls, trying to be brave while the storm passed overhead. And at the time, it felt scary. But looking back now, it also felt like protection, like love wrapped around us in the middle of something we couldn't control. I remember watching sister tornadoes drop down behind our house once, twisting funnels reaching toward the ground, then pulling back up into the sky like they had changed their minds, as if they had felt pity on us and skipped our house completely. Moments like that stay with you because you realize just how small you are compared to the power of nature. And storms didn't just stay out in the fields. I remember when a single tornado roared straight down the middle of Main Street. It took every old tree from the courthouse lawn, trees that felt like they had always been there. Seeing something so familiar suddenly gone made you understand how quickly things can change. Storms have a way of finding you wherever you are also. One day I was at work at the vet's office right in the middle of surgery. Everything felt normal until suddenly the lights went out. Just darkness. The storm had knocked the power out while we were trying to save a dog, and I remember how scary that moment felt, holding flashlights, working carefully, doing everything we could to finish the surgery safely. In that moment, you weren't thinking about fear. You were thinking about responsibility, about doing whatever it took to help that animal make it through. But afterwards, when things quieted down, the weight of it all really hit. Storms bring a certain kind of respect. They remind you how quickly life can change, how strong nature is, and how people come together when things feel uncertain. And late at night, after the worst had passed, sometimes you'd hear it, that long, lonely train whistle rolling through the darkness, echoing across miles of countryside. And I'd think about Big Daddy's words. Whether it was science or just old Southern wisdom didn't really matter, because that sound meant paying attention. It meant remembering the lessons passed down from people who learned by watching the land and listening closely to the world around them. Storms used to gather families together. Candles lit when the power went out. Everyone sitting close, listening to the rain hit the roof. The outside world loud and wild, while inside felt safe and steady. And maybe that's why those memories stay so strong. Because storms weren't just about fear. They were about protection, about community, and realizing how much comfort comes from simply being together. Even now, when thunder rolls late at night and a distant train whistle cuts through the dark, I still pause. I still listen. And I still hear Big Daddy's voice reminding me to respect the storm and appreciate the calm that follows. Well, thank y'all for sitting on the porch with me today. And if a storm rolls through tonight, I hope you find comfort in the sound of the rain, the safety of home, and the memories that remind you you've made it through some storms yourself before. And until next time, keep your heart open, your tea cold, and don't mind the barking dogs.